All right, been a while, everybody. Got my new my neck cam, and we'll get going here. Hopefully the volume's okay. Wonder where that is. Yeah, we're in a Victorian. I just got done finishing making those radiuses. Yeah. They wanted me to kind of do the same thing with the wood with the pickets here, but just butt the wood up and just shoot around, but it looked like crap. It looked like, it's funny, you get into these old Victorians and people try to do some remodeling and upgrade stuff, and it just all looks so hodgepodgey because it just doesn't fit, So I made sure that the height, so the original floor for up here is actually underneath that, so we're 3/4 above that, but that actually worked out 8.5, 8.5, so that worked out great. Cut the nosing all off the old one. They had a where's it at? Here it is. So they had this, was originally coming off the subfloor, and it wrapped up around like that, which was really cool. But remember, this is down here below the subfloor. This was down here below the subfloor. Anyways, I just had to take it out, and so they really liked that piece. It was really cool, really easy to shape because it's redwood. But yeah, had to cut it out, and I went ahead and made these 2 ears. The grain, I got the grain wrong. Anyways, it is what it is. But yeah, turned out okay, and I'll re-put the pickets in here. All these pickets are just nailed. I think 3 are actually drilled. I got 1 here. They are not. There's a couple underneath there that were, but all these posts. Let me grab a post. Here we go. Here they are. So these were just nailed, not even doweled. They were, maybe originally they were. I don't know. Somebody cut them off. Anyway, but I think they were just nailed. So, anyways, I'll figure out my length. I'll recut these. I'll drill these a little deeper so I can move it up, and I'm going to dowel them all. I'm going to drill and dowel on the floor. So, anyways, I believe, yeah, so that's what we're going to do. Just put those back in. I gotta see where my speaker is. I don't know where my speaker is. Bummer. Oh, it's a bummer. Huh. I don't know where my speaker is. Alright, I guess I just have to talk loud. Talk loud. Don't have my speaker. Kind of a birdhouse looking thing. And there's a cupola way up there. So that's what we're doing. Nothing's level in this house. I mean, it's bad. 132 years old. Everything has settled away from this fireplace. So you can see over there. Upstairs it was really bad. Across that upstairs. Here we go. We had to. Luckily, the subfloor up here, the redwood, was almost an inch thick, so we were able to take a ½ inch. But it was, it ramps up 2 inches here. So we had to do something. They just wanted us to just follow it because they understood. So we raised that out there an inch. That was all sagging. This fireplace is a continuation from the lower fireplace. So everything here sagged this way really bad. So if you take this, I don't know, can you see that? Why does this thing keep shutting off? Anyways, and we still took quite a bit off of there. We got over here okay. We got over here. That's not too bad. So, but the thing is once you get out here, it's not bad. It just starts to happen the last foot or so. So, yeah, we didn't do anything. We left everything. We raised that an inch. That whole bay window, we raised that an inch because it dropped off. And here we just took this down and we didn't do any leveling right here at all. Didn't try to even it out or anything because everything up to here is pretty flat. So I didn't want to drag this out here. So, and all that's glued because we had to take that. It's all 3/4 of an inch down, so that left us about a 1/4 inch of the subfloor. So I had to use the wood and the subfloor full spread. There's the bucket of glue to give this some strength, so it'll hold somebody. Anyways, so one of those things, you don't want to create a problem while you're trying to fix a problem, right? Right? Okay. Let's get a move on. Uh-oh. Okay, we're connected. Let's get a little Chuck Meisler going on. Guy's really good about explaining the Bible and history and giving it credibility. Love it. We got a gas line underneath there that we're hiding. So all right. Got my little string attached. Sometimes I gotta undo it. Put it back on. But it goes 2 foot. Goes 2 foot. So I lose my pencil less. Had that for a few years. Let's see if that's enough. Not enough. Not enough. Woohoo! Yeah! There we go. Let's go a little more. Just go a little more. All right, let's do it. Let's see what we got here. Where we at? Okay. Let's go ahead and let's see. Did I make it there? There's some shake right there. Hopefully it'll cut out. Check it out. Yep, nothing in the end grain there. Shake is actually a fungus, or that's what they say. I think it's in the grain or something. Weakens it, I guess, or whatever. I don't know. But then when the wind blows, uh-oh, what do we got here? Yeah. Going water-based, so I don't want any problematic wood. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Camera's moving a little bit. Sorry about that. Uh-oh. Not gonna make it? Nope, I'm not gonna make it. All right. Let's see if that'll do. It should do it. Should do it. Yep, done. Just when you get going, you run out of staples, right? Is that the case? Woo. Let's see here. See if I can get that in there. All right. If you're a hardwood guy and you don't have one of these for engineered and solid, shame on you. Shame on you. That just makes you a better installer right there. And you don't have to do nothing but use it. What more can you ask for? All you got to do is use it. Go figure, right? Go figure. Just got to use it and get close. What's really cool is that with the ball peen hammer, you can get super close to the wall. I mean, if I can get, if I have that much, I could even go tighter. I can go like right next to it. What's cool is the ball peen hammer, you can hit back here and not, and then the force, the energy from the ball peen right here, I mean all that energy goes to that tip right there, and then you're just hitting it right there, and so it'll drive that staple down in there. Now, I'm using 1 3/4 staples here, not 2, because the subfloor. It's an old house. Everything was run by gas in the mid 1800s, and so there's some gas lines in the walls and stuff, and I don't know how many are live. So the 1 3/4 staple was perfect. Doesn't go through the subfloor. So I didn't want to hit anything. But what I'm saying is, most guys will use a 2-inch staple to install with, regardless. And against the wall, we only use 1.5 inches. Why is that? Because when we're using this, 1.5 inch staple is all you need. We even use 1 1/4 inch. I have 1 1/4 inch staples as well. Got a whole bunch of 1 1/4 inch. But 1 1/4 inch will work well too. So a little bit of glue, a couple staples, far better than a nail. So I try to use this as least as possible, and when I do use this, I use white glue, tongue and groove glue, and PL Premium. But and we're using smaller staples on this as well. 1.25 here. But try to use this. I don't use this to secure really anything that's important. So starting rows or whatever, but we try to use this as much as possible. So you'd be surprised. You could have a 6-foot long board and put 3 staples in it with this. 3 staples and a little glue, and it's going to hold better than a whole rack of staples from that gun, you know. So the only nails that really held are your hardened steel casing nails that the old timers used. Those grab the subfloor really well if you're on the joist, but guys don't install like that anymore. Everybody just nails into the subfloor. So, but staples, this tool right here, like I said, that long 6-foot board right there, staple there, staple there, staple there, and you're good to go. Good to go. So that's what's nice about that tool right there. It takes a little longer, but it sucks the board in and pins that board down nice. Like I said, a finish gun through the top or even like this, not a great system if you ask me. Not a great system if you ask me. Oh! Right through the... What is that? That'll work. It made it. It made it, barely. And I like to staple every 12 to 14 inches. This one here, one there, and you're good. No overstapling here. No overstapling here. Just made it. Just made it. Just made it. Try to do 2-3 inches from the end. So, probably if I stapled into there, it's probably going to crack it. So I'm going to come back over here, put a staple in right there. And I'm going to come over here, I'm going to grab a little PL, and I'm going to go boop, boop, little PL in there. To help with the next board. I don't want it squeaking. I don't want squeaking. Get away with one there. So get that. Move it back a little bit. Got a little bow. Let's start in the center, work our way out. That's how you take a bow out. Start in the center. Start in the center. Start in the center. A little closer. Start in the center. I think I got enough wood. 3 more bundles left. That's another thing, depending on what wood I buy. If I buy Maxwell, I add 15% waste. 15% waste. Yep, 15%. Maxwell's gotten pretty bad over the years. I can remember, well, they'll tell you nothing's changed, but I'll tell you it has. I mean, I've been installing Maxwell for the better part of let's see, early 90s, 30 years, and before that it was Chickasaw. Too bad they went out of business. I like Chickasaw. But they wrap their bundles with plastic. So yeah. Anyways, I've watched Maxwell's wood change through the years. They'll tell you it hasn't, like I said, but it has. It has. They're so yeah, I'm gonna tighten that puppy up a little bit. So like I was saying, they're I mean, your southern oaks, like just most of it's coming out of swamps now. I mean, they used to have contracts with the local ranches and private lands, and it's probably dried up. All dried up, and what they are pulling off isn't a whole lot. So probably most of what we're getting is probably swamp oak, because see, if I put a staple in that, it's probably gonna crack on me. You can see it's already starting. So I'm just going to go like that. So, anyways, really hard to so unfortunately most of the wood around here is southern. So when you're when we're doing a remodel and we're adding wood, try to use that guy's a little white for me. I don't know about you guys, but I don't know about that one. Anyways, so I use a Southern, and it's only a few Southern mills that my local suppliers carry. We got, of course, Maxwell, tons of Maxwell. And Maxwell puts out, I don't know if everybody realizes, but Maxwell puts out a ton of flooring. You know, I think Gallagher at one point was 30,000 square feet a month just for Gallagher. You know, that's just one supplier here in California, Oregon, Nevada, and Arizona. But yeah, so anyways, I used to be able to choose from Maxwell or Chickasaw, but as you know, no more Chickasaw. No more Chickasaw! No more Chickasaw! So, this here, since we're upstairs, this here is Spring Creek. This is an appellation, and yeah, this is an appellation. This is an appellation. Let's see what we got here. That's already been cut. That's going like that. I'll go like that. So downstairs they got a mix. Somebody did Southern and Northern. So I went with an appellation. I was going to go with Maxwell, but I didn't feel like fighting it. If anybody knows, boop, 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 boop. Maxwell is I don't think I want to use this in the center somewhere. Right there maybe. Yeah. Anyways, Maxwell is I didn't want to fight the install. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? So, I bid it for Maxwell. I think their red eggs going for like $289 or something. But I decided to go ahead and I think the Spring Creek was all said and done. I was looking at $4. I think it was $4. But I'm not fighting the install. Sorry guys, I'm usually stand up and go, but yeah, seem to be sitting down a lot today. So yeah, I just sucked it up and I got the Spring Creek and went with an appellation. One of my favorite woods was Cumberland, but Maxwell quit carrying them. Maxwell carries, Gallagher, they carry Hey, Rod. All right. Hey, thank you very much. Yeah, we'll see you on the next one, and take care, okay? All right, bye. Woo, look at that. Look at that. Hey, if you want to run over to Rod's office, right there next to Malone's, there's a check under the mat. Okay, yeah, right there. You know where he's at, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. Underneath the mat. All right. See, that wouldn't have happened if you didn't go back and get my Miralax. Thank you. Okie doke. All right, bye. So anyways, Maxwell, Gallagher carries Somerset. I think they carry Spring Creek. WD. They did carry Buchanan. I don't think they're carrying Buchanan anymore. Somerset, unfinished. These are all unfinished. Reason why they carry Somerset unfinished is because they carry their pre-finished lines. So, you have quite a few to choose from throughout the company. But as far as your Southern, it's going to be probably just Maxwell. They did carry Buchanan for a while. I tried it. That's like Maxwell's hit and miss where they're getting theirs. I think they're throwing a little bit of Appalachian in theirs too, maybe. I'm not sure. But, yeah. Weird about Buchanan is I did a white oak, number 1 common, and I swear to God, every board had a little 1/4 inch knots. 1/4 inch knots through the whole material. Every board had a 1/4 inch knot. And I was tying into some existing, and I think I installed a couple hundred square, it was about 800 square feet total, and I got probably 100 of it down, and realized that every one had a little 1/4 inch knots throughout it. It looked funny if you picked up on it. So, I took their wood and cut out what I could, but I mean, every one, it was unbelievable. Every one had little 1/4 inch knots. Every one. So, I didn't need it in that floor. And typically, when you're doing old floors, some came with knots, some didn't. So, yeah, it was interesting how that worked out. Oops. So, sometimes you get an old floor that has knots in it, and you're trying to match it. You're trying to match it, and people will pick up on that. And that's something you can't control. So, but I've never I've never had that happen at this level. So, yeah, interesting. Got a mess. Interesting. So, you know, I spent, we cut, regrooved, a lot of wood on that one. And actually, that was the last Buchanan job I did. That was the last time I used that wood because of that. You know? Yeah. And they're just trying to, dang it. You know, they're just using what they have. And that was during the pandemic. So the fact that you could even get any kind of white oak unfinished. Damn it. You know, so yeah, if any white oak, if they had any, shoot, I was trying to stock up as much as I could. If they had any come in stock. So there was a couple of large clients with Gallagher that would, once Gallagher got a shipment, they would just take all the pallets. So luckily Rick Coates was like, hey, we can't do that. We can't do that. And so he would, they would just, they wouldn't even, it was all being allocated. Couldn't just call up an order. It had to be released, you know. So, had to be released. So you'd call up and they'd say, okay, we'll get back to you. And so, which was nice, which was really nice because, you know, I can't afford to be buying a couple pallets of wood just to have it in stock when I had a job coming, you know. So, at least gave me a shot to be able to call and get some material. So, but that's different now. They got more stock now than they've ever had, you know. So, price is back down. Not where it was, but it's definitely cheaper. I mean, we were paying over, I mean, for Gallagher's white oak, which isn't the best. I mean, they're selecting better, it's not better anymore, it's just select, and they're definitely pushing every board's got some kind of inclusion anymore. So, but yeah, I mean, we're paying up to $5 for 2 1/4 strip. $5 for white oak. A little less for something for red. At the time, they still had plenty of red. Oh boy, it's a white oak. Boy, it was not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. But we got through it. Anyway, so pretty limited of what we do or what we have anymore, and they're definitely not stocking. They're definitely, everybody's just carries what moves anymore. They don't, Gallagher used to have, they used to carry a lot of stuff, you know. That's all changed. Not carrying what they used to. So yeah, I got Maxwell to choose from, maybe a little Buchanan or whatever's left. Tom Duffy doesn't carry any Southern. They used to. They used to, but they used to carry. But anyway, I don't know. I constantly get Tom Duffy's constantly changing brands, trying to find suppliers. So I don't know what the last Southern they had. HHL, I don't know what that is. Anyways, so but yeah, Southern. Anyways, yeah, ain't like it. So yeah, Maxwell's tough to work with anymore. I gotta look at the floor, see if we can get away with, so I can take Maxwell Select and Better and put it with a, put it with a number one common and get away with it, believe it or not. Yeah, if you order a number one common. So if it's a number one common Red Oak Southern, I'll take Maxwell and I'll mix their Select with a number one. That's how I do that. So I mix it. Mix it. And that's the only way to do it anymore. If you go all number one common, you're just going to end up with a bunch of shorts and really dirty. Every now and then we get some pretty decent stuff. Sometimes the back of the wood looks better than the face, and I don't quite know how that works. I don't know how that works. If who's flipping the board or what? I don't know how that works. Don't know how that works, that's for sure. So sometimes I feel like, yeah, the back of the wood is better than the face, so I don't know. Anyways, not like it used to be. So, yeah. Uh-oh, what do we got here? Got an extra row in there? Is that what happened? Woo. Chuck Meisler all over. I gotta get this battery charged. Let's see. Oh, cool. Let's see. All good there. All right, what do we got? How to avoid deception, 8 years ago, and knowing God, an external message. All right, let's listen to the Antichrist. Let's see here. Whew. At least glue's come down in price. Glue's finally come back. For a while there. What do we got here? What are those? What the heck? Oh, screw head. Okay, what do I got there? 2 screw heads. Okay, I'm gonna have to. Uh-oh, not good. Let's see here. I was going to go down and get my drill, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to grind the back of the board. Just going to grind the back of the board. So, let's see here. Okay, let's go like that, and I'm going to grind the back of the board there, the back of the board there. All right. All right, so we should be okay. Should be okay. Those are my screws right there. So, let's see what we got. Okay. Yep, we're good. We're good. Lines up. Lines up. What do we got? All right, let's see what we got. Yep. So, I mean, if you think about it, I mean, all the companies will say, you know, it's up to the installer to cull out that remaining 5% that's in there, and I will say there's more than 5% that needs to come out. So, yeah. Up to the installer. So, I've done that, and then it's like pulling teeth, like pulling teeth to get anything, you know. So, they want to see the wood, and then I mean, if you go to the grading book, I've got an old one. It'll tell you. I mean, Select and Better, they're allowed small inclusions in the board. I mean, you'd be surprised. So we got used to. I will say this: we got used to. Probably had a lot of clear in our Select and Better, but they've really they just cracked down on it, and now they're just I mean, you have to choose a company that's gonna, I mean, those are all suggestions, so it's up to you to choose who you want to use as far as wood. So choose Maxwell, you're going to choose, you're going to have a lot of inclusions, and that's just how it is. I mean, they're pushing it, you know, they're pushing it, that's for sure. They're pushing it. But, so you got to find a company that's going to, you know, rise above that. So that's what I try to do. I try to keep finding companies that will, you know, sort and put, you know, give you a decent grade. So, just got to be careful with Maxwell and what your expectations are. I mean, the Spring Creek, I mean, they've got, I mean, it's not, is that one going to be too dark? Yeah. You know what? Yeah. If it wasn't lined up with that guy, I would leave it. But yeah, we can do better. We can do better than that. So there you go. And then you know, mixing the wood. So that's probably going to be the saving grace for an installer today, is making sure that making sure you install out of a bunch of bundles. Yeah, that's going to save you being able to mix everything. Uh-oh. got a funky one there. I'm gonna have to go like that. And yeah, bummer. Oh, that one's. So yeah, try to mix my wood really good from my bundles. It's too easy to just grab one bundle and put it in and grab the next. Too easy. Let's see here. What do we got? So, I mean, you can get away with it, but I find that everybody grades a little different. So you could end up with a bunch of wood in one area with inclusions. Also, same shade. So it's like no different than a Euro oak, you know. Trying to mix that stuff. It can be. I mean, that's probably the number one complaint with Euro is how it varies in shade. People don't realize when they're picking a sample, you know, it's yeah, that's probably the number one thing I fight with the Euro oak is they're like, a lot of times they don't like a lot of the wood. They're like, so you gotta mix it. You gotta mix it. So that's tough. So we try to lay it all out. That way we can balance out the dark and light, and get a feel for. Wow, we're gonna have enough staples. Get a feel for the wood. So, yeah. I mean, I've had customers get pretty nervous when they're looking at it, and I gotta tell them, I gotta say, well, hang on a second, let me do some magic, and then just start moving it around. You know, I'm gonna say 1 out of 20 customers you'll get that one that wants it to be, you know, they want that floor to look like a maple floor, you know, so they don't want it to have all kinds of varying colors and stuff. They want it all to look uniform, and then so I'm not too much into that. I like the floor to talk to you. Say like, here I am. I like the dark and light. I like it. But yeah, that's probably the number one thing you gotta worry about with Euro. So. And then, especially if you do tie-in or remodel and you can still get the wood, it's never gonna match, that's for sure. So, I run into that Try to get some of the, so try to stay away from those. I think a lot of that Euro Oak's coming out of Russia. I don't know. I thought all the forests were gone over there, if you ask me. So, I don't like that guy. I don't know why. That worked out. Also with Maxwell, I don't know how the boards get all bowed so bad. Fight that with Maxwell a lot. Different width, bowed boards. It's crazy. Yeah, I don't know how that. You know, they say it's killed. They dry it and all that, but I don't know why. It's got to be from that swamp. I don't know, but definitely not that bad when you get to the Appalachian. So I don't know why. Well, you know, and the grain is pretty crazy too sometimes in that red and white oak. So that could be a problem too when you're tying in, you know. So here everything's pretty much plain sawn and rift, straight grain. But with that southern, you can get some pretty weird grain going on. So that can make the floors look really different. So anyways. Anyways, thanks for watching, and see you on the next one.